Welcome to the first discussion. What's going on, Ant Squad? Anthony Collins is in the building, and welcome to my very first discussion video of 2026. So, there is a lot of discussion topics that I could tackle. Music, the internet, movies, or whatever. But I've ultimately decided to talk about myself, and basically what I like my style is and what other people's style is, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but I'll explain it to you in a little bit. Basically what I'm talking about is, there are other people's style and then there's me. I try to replicate that style but put my own spin into it. But people seem to think that I maybe either ripped it off or didn't even try or whatever. And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. And I'm going to talk about my takes on this. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with my weekly uploads. So with that out of the way, let's get things started. So right off the bat, let's talk about my videos, right? Because as you can see, I'm going to take you back to my channel. I told you I was going to reach up to 37 videos, didn't I? But anyways, back onto that, and I will change that banner later. As you can see, there are two people that you could very much smell the influence of when it comes to my videos. One is Anthony Fantano. Two is NFR. So first of all, Anthony Fantano, internet's busiest music nerd, as everybody will like to say. As you can see, I've made like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of these things. And basically, I got some people that liked it. Most people actually really like these videos, so I'm not downplaying them, but basically it's more of some that would say, oh
well, this isn't Fantano, or oh, why are you copying Fantano, or whatever.
The this is not Fantano comments, by the way, don't really bother me. I just like to laugh it off. And I say, you're right, this isn't Fantano. But the one that really got to me was when someone was saying, why is this man copying Fantano? And I understand why someone would have that notion of like, why are you just copying other people's style instead of inventing something? And I have a few reasons as to why I made those videos. First and foremost, as you can see, I've only made these TikTok videos from NFR Podcasts and nobody else. And that's because, NFR Podcast is my favorite YouTube channel. If you've been watching the show for a long time, you will know that at this point. And B, they're probably the most fun to react to. Before I made this channel, I used to react to NFR shorts by myself without putting it into a video, and that's where I was like, you know what, I've been reacting to NFR shorts, so why not make them into TikTok content? So that's what I did basically. And the reason why I did it was never even because of Fantano at all. I wasn't trying to copy him or anything like that. It was basically, it was an interest that I had. Also, another reason why I made those videos is because at the time I was very busy. I was a very, very busy person. whether it was whether it was my summer job, whether it was project search, whether it was college, whatever it is, I was always busy. So I wanted to upload these videos just so I could keep my channel alive. When you're trying to keep your channel alive, the last thing you want is to constantly be reminded that you're making content similar to somebody else. That person is long gone, so I didn't have to deal with him anymore. Basically, the people that said this to me, that say I'm just copying somebody, I just removed, because I don't believe I'm not even trying to copy Fantano. Me and Fantano don't even say the same stuff when we be reacting to these. And it's not even the fact that I'm ignoring or criticism. I can take criticism, but some of the comments just go beyond like criticism. Sometimes people just go a little far with it. So that's why I don't remove those comments, because usually I like to look at my content, and I don't like to look at those negative comments. I don't like to think about them when I'm reacting to videos. And one guy said, I'd rather do nothing than copy somebody else. Well, so that's where I was like, okay, this man obviously doesn't have a hobby. And he said, I'm sorry if I was being rude. I was just being honest. Again, it's okay to be honest. I'm all about honesty myself, but I'm someone that does care about respect. You know what I mean? And the reason why is I couldn't make my own content was because it was hard for me, and I don't have time to make content like this. You know, I don't have time to do this, do that, or this or that, or whatever. Basically, these videos was keeping me from quitting YouTube altogether, even though I never intended to quit YouTube. Like for NFR, you could see most overrated song from these rappers. That thumbnail was actually a big inspiration to one of NFR's thumbnails. Let's go to NFR Podcast, or let's go to NFR Podcast. NFR Plus is where the video is. Oops, I said NFT. Sorry, y'all. NFR Podcast, NFR Plus. You see, this is the thumbnail. Most overrated song from these rappers. If you go to my channel, not only is the title exactly the same as NFR's, but the thumbnail is very similar as well. I had a picture of Future, and I just sat quoting crazy like at the bottom. That to me was part of the inspiration. I never like, if someone tried to accuse me of like plagiarism, I could understand, but it's like, first of all, that thumbnail is a lot better than mine. Look at this thumbnail. All I did was took a screenshot of me with OBS, used remove BG, where you remove the wallpaper. I put this in Canva, and I made the background red, and I just, yeah, you could basically see the influence from these thumbnails. And by the way, I am trying to make better thumbnails. These are really cheaply made. I am aware of that, and I apologize, but I'm one person, and I don't have that many sources yet, so there's that. The main reason why I use Canva is because like it's much cheaper in my opinion. Basically, I try to, with most overrated, most underrated, I basically watch NFR videos and put the same rappers in my own videos too, and I try to say I listen to the songs. I don't just say the rapper's most overrated or underrated song because they say it. I listen to the song first to see if it's really underrated. If I did this truly because I wanted to fit in with NFR, I just would have did it without listening to the song. So I gave the songs the time of day, and that's where I let my opinion really come out, you know? Kendrick sweeping the Grammys, that was another NFR inspiration. This one had nothing to do with inspiration. This is just me being vulnerable, speaking from the bottom of my heart of how much I love NFR podcast. And it went well because the video got like 221 views. This is one of my favorite videos that I did because of how much hard work I put into it. So, again, you guys got to understand that I'm still new to this type of stuff. I don't know how most of this stuff processes. I'm still like a small channel. That's why I watch NFR and a lot of these people to get inspiration. So plagiarism is like copy paste, but inspiration is like seeing what these people do and I try to do it but put my own spin to it. So yeah, that's basically one. And another one is something involving list. And I want to go into Twitter. Okay, so what's okay, hold on. First of all,
5 hours later.
And we are back. So basically, if you could see my Twitter, if you could see through my Twitter, I basically post lists too. So basically, this comes from NFR as well, but I didn't copy their list. The only thing you could say that's me and NFR have in common here is that me and NFR both had Based on a True Story by Will Smith as number one. And if you could see some of the comments, basically it's let me go to reactions too so you could better see it. So as you can see, isn't this just a copy of NFR's list? Basically, let me show you a bit of a comparison. This question irritates me because, one, if you paid attention to NFR's video, you'll know that Lou and Ant both have way different lists. Basically, what I did was listen to these albums. I listened to most of these albums. I have Truth Hurts that high, but if you want to know the real honest to God truth, this is a cheesy answer, but it's the truth. Basically, with Truth Hurts, it wasn't available on streaming services. I couldn't listen to the full album on streaming services. So I listened to a few songs, and some of the songs that I've heard were terrible, so that was more than enough for me to put it on there. And obviously, if it was available on DSPs, I wouldn't even bother to listen to the full thing in order for me to put it so high, because it's Tom MacDonald. If Tom MacDonald releases something, it's going to be on my list. Simple as that. So basically, I've had so here's what I did. I listened to most of these albums, and my list is basically Lou and Ant's list mashed together. So I didn't copy paste, I just had different placements. So for example, me, Lou, and Ant all had Based on True Story by Will Smith. And it wasn't because I wanted to just copy NFR's. It was because I truly believed that was a horrible album. Truth Hurts, Ant had that. 2005, Lou had that. Carter 6, they both had it, but Ant had it way higher on his list. UI Scooty, again, Ant Also had that higher on his list. Massa by Young Boy pissed a lot of people off. I don't give a damn. I actually had that at 7. You see where the differences lie? Lou had Massa at 4. Ant had Massa at 9. You see where I'm going with this? No, 6. And I only had it at 6. So that's where the differences lie there. Psychotic by Osama-san. I had that lower than Lou did. Ant didn't even have that in his list. Psychotic is one of the head damaging listens that I've ever had to endure. Jack Boys 2, On My Way to Rexdale is 8. And Lou had his at 9. Ant has his at 7. Jack Boys 2, I had that at 9. Lou had that at 10. Ant had that at 8. And album, I had it way lower than Ant. Ant had that at 3. I had that at 10 because at least I laughed. At least I laughed at this album, and I'm pretty sure he wanted me to. It's pretty much Miles' whole shtick. He's a meme rapper. You're supposed to laugh. This one right here, top 10 best rap songs from 2025. As you can see, I have So Be It at number 1, and Salada at 2, Clouds at 3, The Birds Don't Sing at 4, Chains of Whips at 5. So already, ladies and gentlemen, 3 songs from Let God Sort 'Em Out made it into my list. It's really that good. If you haven't listened to it yet, you're sleeping under a rock. Community at 6, Free at 7, $5 Pony Rides at 8, No More Old Men by Chance the Rapper at 9, Clear Back Nights at 10. Good friend of mine, shout out to Tegan. This looks almost identical to NFR's top 10. I guess great minds think alike. I said me and Lou almost have the same brain. Me and Lou almost have the same opinions, so that's why I had that. This one right here, Glory was close, but I just think Community is better. Community over Blue and Glory makes me a bit annoyed. Well, I'm sorry, but it's my list. You can make your own if you want. But it didn't change my opinion though. Anyways, ain't this NFR's top 10? This right here is where I know that this man did not pay attention to NFR podcast's video. I said no. It's similar, but it's not beat for beat the same list. I have different Mac Miller and different Mobb Deep song. So let's go back to NFR podcast for a minute. Okay, so as you can see, this right here is a little more understandable of how people could say how I copy NFR's list. But again, pay attention to Lou and Ant's list. Their lists are two different lists. I have a different Mac Miller song from both of them. Lou had Mrs. Deborah Downer and Ant had Friendly Hallucinations, while I, Anthony Collins, had $5 Pony Rides. I think $5 Pony Rides is the best song off of Balloonerism. Lou had Porta Henny. I had Clear Black Nights. It was gonna be my favorite song since I already looked at that track list. When you get Mobb Deep, Ghostface Killah, and Raekwon, basically half of the Wu-Tang Clan, it's already gonna be the best. So I can understand because my list looks almost very, very similar to Lou's if you pay attention to this list, but beat for beat is not the same. So I just want to make this perfectly clear. I do not intend on copy and pasting people's formula, no matter what it is, no matter if it's lists, no matter it's videos, no matter it's whatever. I tried to make it very similar. This comes from inspiration, and think of it as me just showing love to the people that I love to watch. So think of it as that way and not just me copying people, because that's not the case. I just want to leave one note here. Inspiration and copy and pasting are two different things. So I just want to leave here with that. And honestly, I don't know what else to say at this point. I think that's all I got. And you know what? For it being my first ever discussion vid, I'm pretty happy. If you like this video, hit that like button. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another one of my weekly uploads. So that's it for me. My name is Anthony Collins, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.